Well, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Brett Kavanaugh confirmation hearing. This is Chuck Grassley. What? What? No, there's no motion to adjourn. You can't adjourn. We just started. No, I haven't even said 10 syllables yet. Okay. No. Okay, so thank you, Brett Kavanaugh, and your family for coming. This is a joyous occasion. No, what? No, we're not Stalin. No, again, you're going to stop talking. We gave you 1 billion documents. You asked for 3 billion. He has 300 opinions. Why don't you read one of them? Okay. No, let me go ahead and continue. So this is a joyous occasion for everyone. This is a fantastic, happy occasion. Everyone's very happy. No, again, no, what? I am not a psycho killer. No, I'm not related to Charles Manson in any way. He's not from Iowa. No, again. So this is a joyous, happy, fantastic occasion. Everybody's happy. Did you not forget what you just said when what's his name? The funeral? Yeah, you said we were supposed to be united. Okay, you loved McCain about 2 days ago. Now you hate everything about us. Would you just let me speak? Okay, it's a happy, joyous occasion. We're so happy. Brett Kavanaugh, no, we are not going. You asked for the nuclear option 2013. Oh, where's my Rolaids? Again, you can't do anything. You'll do nothing, like Conor McGregor says. No, you're not going to stop anything. What's that cackling I hear? It's like screeching from Hades. Oh, no. They've infiltrated the arena. Oh, my God. I can't hear anything. It's cackling and screeching. Screeching and cackling. It's like a bunch of crows in the background. Okay, again, you're not. I'm just going to go now. We're just going to go ahead and vote. Whatever. Why don't you shove it where the sun don't shine? You'll get nothing and you'll like it. Tired of being nice to these people. They take advantage of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, it is so glorious. George Rivera Jr. I loved how Kavanaugh sat there with that look on his face as Dems bloviated, kind of like the look on one's face when you come across a cat barf. Exactly, George Rivera Jr. Exactly. Well, it's just so wonderful, and they have nothing. Chronicles podcast. Thank you, Chronicles podcast. So, thank you so very much. I was actually trying to impersonate Chuck Grassley, and they can't stop Kavanaugh. They don't have the votes. So they're not going to get any Republicans not to vote for him. He has 300 opinions. He's fine. He's not, he's already stated the Roe v. Wade is settled law. And Democrats did this to themselves because in 2013, Harry Reid said, no, we have to go with the nuclear option because Hillary's going to win eventually anyway. And we have to go ahead and prevent any obstruction. All the demographics are going to work towards in favor of us anyway. So in 2013, Harry Reid, and we'll get to that a little later, stated, look, let's make all SCOTUS picks and appointments just a simple majority of 51 votes. This way you won't need the 60 votes to end a filibuster. You won't be able to filibuster any Supreme Court pick. The reason they didn't get Merrick Garland is because procedurally they did not have control of the Senate. So Mitch McConnell's like, no way, we're not going to give you a chance to vote. We're not going to even allow it to take place because we own the Senate. We control the Senate, and it is an election. So you can't fight it. We're just going to go ahead. If you want to fight it, it'll take past the election anyway. So then the election takes place. They cheat Bernie Sanders. They then elevate Trump. And we know that from the WikiLeaks Podesta emails and the DNC emails. They cheated Bernie, elevated Trump, and they said, oh, he's not going to be able to win. He can't win. And so they did this to themselves. They did all of this to themselves. And now they're just this typical meltdown mode. The meltdown of all meltdowns, hilarious. So they want to a motion to adjourn. You're not going to have a motion to adjourn. How can you even have a motion to end this I haven't even said 2 words. Can I at least finish 3 words? And hello. How about a hello? Can I get a hello? And that's it. They're completely out of their minds. They have all these protesters with their cackling and screeching. Wah! You're going to hear them in a second. And that's it. I mean, what can you say? They have no power. They have no political power. They're powerless to stop this. Kavanaugh is going to get confirmed, and then there's going to be the GDP numbers late October. They're not going to be able to run on anything. They're going to run on Mueller. Mueller might write his report, which will be based on a dossier, which will be based on a gossip and hearsay. And it's like they're going to turn their sights on Bernie. Already one of them said, I hate Bernie Sanders and his cult with the strength of 1,000 suns. So it's just hilarious. They're completely and utterly powerless to do anything, but they're going to obstruct, and they're going to yell, and they're going to scream, and they're going to kick, and they're going to scratch, and they're going to claw. And you can't, this is the thing, guys like Chuck Grassley and Bob Goodlatte, these are Midwest guys who are more than fair. Yeah, the Republicans obstructed Obama. Exactly. Well, they own the Senate. Democrats have to actually win Congress, which they can't. And Obama won on opposing Iraq and Afghanistan, which eventually he really didn't oppose. So he was pretty much a phony, President Obama. He won the Nobel Peace Prize, and he got us into Yemen, got us into Syria, kept us in Iraq, in Afghanistan. So let's just listen to this. This is hilarious. I mean, you cannot get better. They wanted to stop. They're like, we didn't get for the 40,000 pages we wanted. The guy wrote 300 opinions on decisions that he made in court cases. He has 300 opinions. And they didn't ask for the mountain of documents with Ginsburg or anyone else, Sotomayor or anyone else. And so it's like they're completely powerless. And the thing is, when you keep on, if you go in, pick your battles. That's what I'm saying. Pick your battles. Okay? Don't always battle and lose. If you continually fight and yell and scream and then lose and then obstruct, you're not going to win. Because the thing is, you don't own Congress now. So you're pretty much powerless. Democrats do not own Congress. They don't own the House. They don't have control of the Senate, which is the most important chamber. They don't have the presidency. They have the media, but people hate the media. Polls show that people hate the media. Polls show that people don't like the Democratic Party. People might not like the Republican Party, but Trump, the reason Democrats hate Trump is the reason why Republicans love Trump. The reason why Democrats and liberals hate Trump is the reason I love Trump. I like Trump's tweets. I find his tweets beautiful, amazing. I hope he tweets even more. Like, now, certain things I would say just don't, I would actually, even me, I would say maybe you should tone it down a little bit here and there. But they're the ones, they go ahead and they hurt themselves. They're the ones who pushed for what's called the nuclear option, just a simple majority. Usually you'd filibuster it, and then, you could go ahead and prevent a nominee. They said, no. We're going to end that because, the Republicans obstruct. And when Harry Reid proposed that, Mitch McConnell's like, look, it's going to backfire. You're not going to be happy. They're like, no, we want it anyway. Okay, same thing. Then they hurt themselves. Now they didn't get control of the Senate back. And in 2000, and so they didn't get control of the Senate. And then they go ahead, lose the election. Then they worry about Supreme Court. People were writing, when I was on the left, I wrote over 100 articles. The Yahtzee, I knew it. HA is a rescue spy. The Yahtzee, thank you as always, the Yahtzee, for your support and just being so awesome. Thank you, the Yahtzee. Thank you. So they go ahead and they lose the election, but I told them, like, when I was in the lab, I'm like, Clinton will not win. I wrote articles literally with why Trump defeats Clinton. Hillary Clinton is unelectable. And I kept on saying throughout the election, that she cannot win. She will not be able to win. I kept saying this, and you can just go ahead. You can look at my older YouTube channel videos and also my writing, and I say this throughout. I say this throughout, and it's right here. So where is it? If Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is going to win. If Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is going to win. If Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is going to win. All right, so it's like, if Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is going to win. So I go ahead and I say this. Thank you, Sean, by the way. Thank you, Sean. And so I kept saying that she's not going to win. I kept writing she's not going to win. Thank you, Deputy Doug. Nobody cared. People thought I was crazy. Then they say, oh, my God, she didn't win. It's everyone's fault who didn't vote for Hillary. No, it's your fault for cheating for her. She actually is a criminal who did commit crimes. Trump is not a criminal. There are no crimes he committed. Democrats went after everyone around him to try to paint him as this negative figure. When they didn't do the same thing, they could have easily done a lot worse with Clinton. But here's the Kavanaugh hearing, and it's just so hilarious because it's like so hilarious. So this is Chuck Grassley's like, I want to thank everyone for showing up. It's really a joyous occasion. What the heck is going? Why don't you shove it? Okay, again. So I love, like, the Democrats. They're like, don't you look at when McCain, they had like the 10-day funeral. Like, look how every kumbaya, look everybody, George W. Bush, Obama, everyone's so happy. Trump destroyed everything. We were so unified. Then they like pack like the Senate hearing with like people who are pro. Like, ah! You'll hear it. It's hilarious. Okay, this is hilarious. So here's the So here it is. So check this out.
Morning. I welcome everyone to this confirmation hearing on the nomination of
Mr. Chairman.
It's not even, it was 8 seconds. 8 seconds in, Kamala Harris, like, Mr. Chairman, why don't we stop this? 8 seconds in. And it's all theater. It's all theater because they can't stop Kavanaugh. So it's complete and utter theater. They can't stop Brett Kavanaugh. Can't do anything but obstruct and show how angry they are. And that's it. They're just haters, and they did the same thing with the election. Okay, now everyone's a supremacist, enabler, sympathizer, but of course, when horrible, horrible atrocities take place, barbarism, Dylan Roof, Standing Rock, all of these things, under Obama, Flint water crisis, it's just okay. But here's, so 8 seconds in, let's try, hold on. We'll go ahead. Here, let's just see.
Good morning. I welcome everyone to this confirmation hearing on the nomination of
Mr. Chairman.
It was 7 seconds. All right. 7 seconds. The Democrats would not order. 7 seconds in? Really? Are you serious here? I can't even get a hello in? Honestly, like, hello? I can't get a hello, nothing?
Brett Kavanaugh
Mr. Chairman.
to serve as Associate Justice.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized for a question before we proceed. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized to ask a question before we proceed. The committee received just last night, less than 15 hours ago, 42,000 pages.
Good. Why don't you ask Rod Rosenstein for the documents? He's really good at giving things fast. When it's FISA, when it's about actual abuse of FISA warrants, actual spying on candidates that are incoming president, they don't care. So I love how Kamala Harris is like, we didn't get our documents. Well, why don't you ask Rod Rosenstein? He's not the one doing the redacting. I'm not doing the redacting, sir. Now you want documents. And anyway, you have 300. These documents pertain to Kavanaugh, like, what, 20 years ago in the Bush administration. Okay, he's changed over time, like everybody. It doesn't really matter. They just want to find some way to hurt him. They don't care about, they know they're powerless. So they're like, oh, well, you know, we didn't get our documents. Well, Jim Jordan didn't get his documents. And Rod Rosenstein's like, tough, deal with it. You think Sessions cares? He doesn't care. So it's like, they're like, oh, Kamala Harris could have read the 300 opinions, but she wants documents from 20 years ago.
Of documents that we have not had an opportunity to review or read or analyze.
You're out of order. I'll proceed.
We cannot.
So he's like, you're out of order. I'll proceed. Really, nothing you say is going to change me at all. I don't care. And he gave them more documents on Kavanaugh than any other Supreme Court justice combined. It still wasn't good enough. It still was not good enough. So, and then he's like, look, any documents that that you don't have access to, or like some of the senators were able to see certain documents that not everybody had access to. They're like, well, you know what? Just go ahead and ask, and we'll give you those specific pages. He's like, he's like bending over backwards. I will go ahead and be doing uploads. I might do an upload today. I'll try to do more uploads as well, in addition to, you know, continuing my live streams. But so anyway,
possibly move forward, Mr. Chairman.
I extend a very warm.
You don't even need to move forward. You don't have the votes. So you can go ahead and just, you know, all the Democrats could leave the proceedings right then and there, and they could still, it really wouldn't matter. They don't have 51 votes, and you could thank Harry Reid.
We have not been given an opportunity to have a meaningful
his wife,
hearing
Ashley.
on the nomination.
He says, Chuck Grassley is like, this is an amazing occasion. And I just want to thank everyone. Oh, no, not again. Mr. Chairman, we don't know how to read. The Yahtzee one. And meanwhile, they're like, well, 46,000 pages. Well, didn't you read 900,000 pages in a week? Didn't Comey read 900,000 pages or 900,000 emails, which would be millions of pages, very likely? Didn't they read that in a week? Everything's coming back to haunt them. You play, but and the funny thing is, Chuck Grassley's not even corrupt. Priscilla Torres, thank you. Grassley's not even corrupt.
Their two daughters.
Mr. Chairman,
Their
I agree
extended
with my
family and
colleague,
friends.
Senator Harris.
Oh.
Mr. Chairman, we received 40.
Oh, who's this now? Who's this Democratic winner?
1,000 documents that we haven't
And
been able
everyone
to
else joining us.
review last
today.
night, and we believe this hearing
I
should be
know this is an
postponed.
No, I don't care what you believe, though. That's the thing. Honestly, I really don't care if all of you don't believe. You can just you can go now. No one even needs you here. Wait, this is a formality. This is actually a formality so you can get out. Okay? Like Philip Mudd said, get out to Paris Denard as he was getting denarded. Like Gomered.
Exciting day for all of you.
This is an exciting day. I love this. This is.
We believe this hearing
I
should be
know this is an
postponed.
exciting day for all of you here.
He's like, I know this is a really exciting day. This is really, aren't we all happy? No, we're. Oh, would you shut up and let me speak? Would you shut up? Shut up. Shut up. Let me speak.
And you're rightly proud.
Chairman, if
Judge.
we cannot be recognized, I move to adjourn.
Oh, you don't care. You move to adjourn. You got nothing. You don't even have control. You have bupkis. You have nothing. You move to adjourn. How can you adjourn when we have more senators? Huh? Why don't you adjourn? I'll show you something to adjourn right here. You have no senators. You have less senators than we do. You'll do nothing. Like Conor McGregor said, you'll do nothing. Oh, no. Oh, no. Who let them in?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn. Mr. Chairman, we have been denied real.
Well, it's like, who let all these dummies in? We need to pass the SCOTUS before we can see what's inside. We need to pass the SCOTUS before we can see what's inside the SCOTUS. That's right. I think you're referring to the ACA. Jack Gold, thank you. The Yahtzee, Jack Gold, exactly. So it's like, then you got the clapping seals, like, and so Jack Gold, thank you. The Yahtzee, thank you. So these people, like, they're like, I mean, what a choreographed, like, 2 minutes in, this is a very fantastic, joyous occasion. Oh, no. Oh, no. You can't, what do you mean? You don't even need to be here. Just leave. You're ruining it forever. Oh, no. Then, so, okay, yeah, right.
Access to the documents we need to advise.
Chairman, regular orders called for.
Which turns this hearing into a charade and a mockery of our norms.
Our norms, Mr. Senator Blumenthal, your norms. Why don't you ask pirate face Harry Reid? He's the one who went ahead and did this in 2013. Your norms, you changed. You actively changed your norms, Senator, because you got slick and you thought that you would get Hillary Clinton to win. And you lost miserably. And you lost miserably in the Senate, and you lost miserably in the election. Now you're losing miserably again. Now you're going to lose with the second confirmation pick. Trump has achieved a great deal in a short amount of time with everyone against him. And why don't you go ask Rod Rosenstein for documents? I'm sure he'll help you out. I'm not doing the redacting, sir. Oh, no, not again. Jeez. I'm a person from the Midwest trying to be nice and fair. You know what? You're getting on my nerves.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I therefore move to adjourn this hearing.
Okay.
You're not going to move to adjourn anything. You don't have anything of zero power. You can adjourn yourself. Adjourn. I'll give you something to adjourn. Quack, 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 quackle. Oh my God. Oh my God. The cackling, the craziness. This is what you want? You want Democrats to control? Don't reward this behavior. Don't negotiate with like these crazy people. Sandy Goranson. Hey, buddy, been watching you for a while. Too funny, but great news. Thank you so very much, Sandy. Thank you. Well, look what we have to work with, Sandy. We have the loony Democrats who are just out of control. Sandy, thank you so very much. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. This is hilarious. What? So this is not good optics. It's not good theater. It's nothing. It's horrible. The Yahtzee, Senate Majority Leader McConnell has tweeted a funny mashup. Hold on, the Yahtzee, really? Oh my God, please. This is so funny. I love it so much. Oh my God. The hyperventilation orchestrated tactics. This morning's hearing won't persuade anyone. Oh my God, this is so funny. Oh my God, okay. Well, we might see that a little later. Oh my God, that's so funny. So, okay, so let's go ahead. It's like, it's unbelievable. They don't even they're like, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Mr. Chairman, I ask for a roll call vote on my motion to adjourn.
Yeah, you're not going to get a roll call vote. You have less senators, dummy. Dee-dee-dee. You have less senators. So now what are you going to do? You're wasting time. Democrats are like Democrats are the football team losing by 50 with 5 minutes left, and they're like, timeout. Let's go for the Hail Mary. We can come back in 50 points, 5 minutes. Let's go. Timeout. Let's just, continue this. It's like, no, run the ball. You're not doing anything but prolonging the agony. You're not going to come back with 50 points in like 3 minutes, let's say, okay? 2 minutes. Down 50 with 2 minutes left. And they're like, timeout. We got 3 timeouts left. Let's use all of them. It's like, no, idiot. Just run the ball and leave the stadium. Okay, you're torturing your fans. You're torturing your fans. And the thing is, this is gonna take all the wind out of their sails. The problem with Democrats, they don't realize that this is not this does not build political capital or political will. This is just like when you're constantly complaining, and the Republicans did this throughout Obama's administration. It didn't work. The only thing that saved the Republicans is Trump. And Karen Lewinsky, they sound like the Antifa. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, I mean, it's just everything is so hyperbolic. Everything's so like, Karen Lewinsky, thank you. They don't realize that yelling and screaming is not an example. It just doesn't build political power. So, I mean, again, like I can literally think like 5 minutes of this. And the Democrats are like, see the will of the people. No, the will of the people was, you lost the election. Then you lost the House in the midterms. Then you're going to lose the Senate and the House again. The will of the people is represented through voting, not through temper tantrums.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn. I ask for a roll call vote.
We're not in executive session. We will continue as planned.
Burned. You got swatted. Dikembe Mutombo. Mr. Blumenthal, sit down. Sit down.
Mr. Chairman, may I be recognized, sir? Mr.
Oh, you mean the senator who Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner fundraised for? You mean Cory Booker, who relied on Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner for fundraising to help his campaign to become senator? Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I appeal to the chair to recognize myself or one of my colleagues.
You're out of order.
Mr. Chairman,
You're out of
recognize your sense of decency and integrity.
Your sense of decency and integrity. So there's like power stroke, dude. Hey, H-A, know your liberal, work, succeed, be happy, love you, dude. Power stroke, dude. You're 100% right. Happiness is the worst thing for liberals. Are like, how can you be happy? We're not happy. Joseph Arbuckle said phasers to Gober. Said phasers to Gober. Power stroke, dude. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Go to the range. Be happy. You're 100% right, power stroke, dude. Well said. Well said. So Cory Booker's appealing to, like, Grassley's honor and good nature because there's no procedural, there's no legal, there's no constitutional recourse. It's a matter of numbers. They have 47, and the Republicans have 51. That's just the way it goes.
Even the documents you have requested, Mr. Chairman, even the ones that you said, the limited documents you have requested, this committee has not received.
Sorry, why don't you ask Jim Jordan? Maybe he can refer you to Rod Rosenstein. Maybe Rod Rosenstein can help you. We've been actually waiting for, Republicans have been waiting, and people, Trump supporters have been waiting for documents actually linked to ongoing FISA abuses, of fabricating Trump Russia and framing and spying on an incoming candidate. Why don't you ask Rod Rosenstein? You didn't mind then.
And the documents we have, you, sir, have should be transparent. This committee, sir, is a violation of even the values I've heard you talk about.
This committee is a violation of the values. Now you're reaching. There's no tangible violation of anything. Now you're reaching. It's all theater, and it's just a horrible, sad, pathetic movie. This is like the scene in the Titanic where the Titanic, sinks, but it's like never ending. Democrats are stuck on the same Titanic sinking scene where people are like floating in the freezing water from November 9th, 2016 until today. And they won't realize. They'll blame the Green Party, and mark my words. To the 657, to the 700 people, mark my words. I want you to, I predicted the election. I haven't predicted everything. I'm not Nostradamus, but I can tell you, I'm telling you, I understand. I know a little something about political power, how people wield political power to achieve their goals. And I'm telling you, the Democrats have been completely dysfunctional for years. And what they've done is they have manipulated progressives into thinking they really care about Medicare for all. They will never bring up Medicare for all from November until actually starting November. When they lose the House and the Senate again, they will go into an epic tantrum. Today is an example. When Troy Balderson won in Ohio, that was an example. They are coming, the Democrats are coming after you, progressives, and they're going to try to hurt you politically. I'm letting everyone know. Okay, just I'm a Trump supporter. Okay, I am who I am. You know exactly who I am. I'm a Trump supporter. Okay, but I'm saying as a former progressive, I'm letting you know they're going to come after you hard. So the Green Party and Bernie people, just they're going to set their sights, and the Russian indictments of the Nationals are like, oh yeah, it was the Russian goal to prop up Bernie Sanders. They're going to talk about that like maybe it was really Putin's goal to prop up Bernie. Maybe this was all a plan all along. Medicare for all is communist anyway. They're going to go and do that. So just letting you know. Just letting you know. Okay, don't listen. They don't listen anyway. Okay, I'm the bearer of bad news always. So it's okay. You don't have to listen. This is hilarious. And then watch what Grassley says to Cory Booker.
Time and time again. The ideals that we should have. What is the rush?
What is the rush? The rush is that they obviously want to get, because there's a chance, of course, that Democrats win the House. There's a chance. Everyone says it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. The rush is that they want to get this done because they have the power now. And they don't even need your votes. So why would they have to kowtow to you? They don't even need Democrat votes. Democrats have 47 Democrats, and if the 49 to 51, too bad. Too bad. And then 3 Democrats voted for Neil Gorsuch last time around. They defected. You're probably going to have McCaskill vote or Joe Manchin. You know, they have tough Senate races. Missouri and West Virginia are not, they're Republican, they're red states. Okay, they have the gun laws that I would like in California, but whatever.
Hide by not having the documents out front. What is with the rush?
The rush is that first of all, you don't even need the documents. He has 300 opinions. Why are you even asking? And you should thank also Jared Kushner for helping you become senator. Thank also because you took their money. You took their fundraising money. Now you're pretending to be the biggest Democratic spokesman.
Hiding by not letting those documents come out.
What are you hiding? What are Democrats hiding by not giving their computer service to the FBI or anyone in the U.S. government? Oh, that's right, because they were never hacked. Gotcha. This isn't even suspicious activity. All they did was, it's so obvious. They were like, give me 20 billion documents. We need 20 billion. Okay. Oh my God, we only got 15 billion. That's not right.
Sir, this committee is a violation of the values that we as a committee have striven for. Transparency. We are rushing through this process in a way that is unnecessary. And I appeal for the motion to at least be voted on. Mr. Chairman, at least let's have a vote, because when we wrote you a letter on August 24th asking to have a meeting on this issue, you denied us even the right to meet. So here we are having a meeting. Let's at least debate this issue. Let's at least call this for a vote. I appeal to your sense of fairness and decency, your commitments that you've made to transparency. This violates what you have even said and called for, sir. You've called for documents. You yourself, limited document.
Here's how, and then Chuck Grassley, he's not taking it anymore, and he's going to fight back. So here's Chuck Grassley.
We thought there should be more. We have not received the documents that you have even called for. So, sir, based upon your own principles, your own values, I call for at least to have a debate or a vote on these issues and not for us to rush through this process.
Then you have the clapping seals who are strategically placed. This is not even good theater. There's no way for MSNBC or CNN to spin this as, oh, what a victory for Democrats. They are the equivalent of a football team that will not run out the clock. They're the equivalent of a football team who will not run out the clock. They don't get it. They're completely clueless. And to my almost 700 people watching, which is pretty good. I don't think anybody got notification. How does this help?
Mr. Chairman,
Senator,
I've heard calls for regular order.
I'd like to respond to Senator Booker. Senator Booker, I think that I respect very much a lot of things you do, but you spoke about my decency and you spoke about my decency and integrity, and I think you are taking advantage of my decency and integrity. Come on.
So there you go. Chuck Grassley is not going to simply allow, because the thing is, they already got the documents they wanted. They want more documents of 20 years ago, of what he wrote 20 years ago. Okay? They have 300 opinions. There's 300 decisions and opinions that they can go ahead and read. They know he's a conservative. Too bad you lost the election. You lost the election with people like me saying you would lose if you cheated for Clinton. Now, I was under a different impression back then. I was under the impression the FBI was autonomous, that it was an actual independent law enforcement agency. I had no idea that James Comey, Andrew McCabe, and Peter Strzok would get fired, and 6 people total would be forced to get fired or forced to resign. That they would overtly cover up and try to stop Trump. They would cover up Clinton's actual crimes and fabricate crimes with Trump. I was under the impression that it was a fair, neutral primary. I was under the impression that the America that I once knew, where you had a Democratic primary and sometimes, people would win. I think that, you can look back. There's never been a primary where they actively cheated a candidate. This is unprecedented. And so there's never been an election where there hasn't been a peaceful transition of power. Now, we didn't have a peaceful transition of power. Democrats don't know how to wield political power. They don't know how to attain it. They think bullying and obstructing, they think bullying and shaming equals power. Republicans don't do that. They have obstructed before, and sure, they have engaged in ridiculous behavior before, but it's different. Democrats actively tried to shame and embarrass and bully their own base, then the Republicans, then they cry out when they elevate Trump, then they lose the election after cheating Bernie and elevating Trump, then they push complete nonsense. They're like, well, keep waiting. Let the investigation end. It's not a real investigation. It's a fabricated investigation. Let the investigation run its course. It's never going to end because there was never a crime. They're investigating to find evidence for something that never took place, which that by definition, it'll go on forever. They don't know how to wield political power because they don't have a value system. Republicans will be voting on Second Amendment rights, but also on First Amendment rights too. The censorship is coming from the left. The identity politics, that snowflake mentality, you can't say anything. If you say something, then, oh my God, you're just as bad as the most horrible examples of humanity. The extremists on campuses when I was growing up, like the Justin Trudeau's, like, oh, you can't say people kind, mankind, you have to say people kind.
The Democratic Party strategic plan is leaked out on the internet. Here it is. The Yahtzee, pretty much the Yahtzee. Thank you, the Yahtzee. Thank you. Like the whole people kind thing, you can't say mankind. Well, they're now in political control of the Democratic Party. They're completely bonkers now. And that's not an actual value system. Pretending you like socialism after you cheated a Democratic Socialist and Bernie, pretending you like Medicare for all after you cheated Bernie. See, they don't care about Medicare for all because they cheated Bernie. They did everything possible to ensure Bernie Sanders would not win. Hillary Clinton controls the Democratic Party right now. That's why they love the CIA, the FBI. That's why they love James Clapper, John Brennan, James Comey, all of these people. It allowed them to cheat. They allowed Hillary Clinton to get away with actual crimes, and then they fabricated crimes with Trump, and they continue to lose. They're going to lose again in the midterms. They're going to lose again in the midterms. And it's just, let's listen to this. Orrin Hatch. Okay, so.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd first like to thank you for your tremendous work in organizing this hearing. This has been the most thorough Supreme Court confirmation process that I've ever participated in. We've received more than twice as many documents for Judge Kavanaugh as for any Supreme Court nominee in history.
Twice as many documents as any other Supreme Court nominee in history, and he has 300 opinions. They know what they're getting with Kavanaugh. It's not who he is. It's how can they go ahead and just continue to call timeout down by 50 with a minute left. Democrats are stupid. They're so stupid. They're so stupid. And I'm telling you, they're going to attack Bernie supporters and Green Party. And I'm just going to watch it. And I'm going to say, I don't want them to be hurt or attacked or demeaned or disparaged or embarrassed. Because I know how it feels when and then they're going to get it from both sides, by the way. The establishment I'm with her people are going to attack Bernie supporters, and the fringe identity politics left, who does some of whom don't like Bernie, are going to attack Bernie also. And Bernie's going to get it on two flanks, two sides. He's going to get sandwiched by all this hate. The Greens, forget about it. It'll be scorched earth, but they'll still, God bless them, hopefully continue to run out of spite. And it's, oh, that's right. So that's so great. Someone said, G. Taylor, H.A. Sorry, I'm going to have to refer to you as H.A. Good Person from now on, Trudeau. G. Taylor. The Yahtzee. That's pretty much it's just they don't understand. They don't get it. So check this out. This is Orrin Hatch.
This is a big deal. We have tens of thousands of pages of Judge Kavanaugh's opinions, speeches, and other writings. This has been an exhaustive process, and I want to thank you for your leadership on it. Now, to our witness, Judge Kavanaugh, it's good to see you. I've known you for a long time. This is my 15th and final Supreme Court confirmation hearing. I participated in the confirmation of every current justice on the court. I participated in the confirmation of over half of all federal judges now serving in the federal system, or who have ever served in the federal system. I know a good nominee when I see one, and you are a great nominee.
So what he's doing right now also is he's giving every reason for Democrats to actually flip and sing and flip and flip and flip And let's just go ahead here.
Very much no. You've authored landmark opinions on the separation of powers, administrative law, and national security. You served as a mentor to dozens of clerks and hundreds of law students, male and female. Your student, and some of whom did not share your philosophy. Your student reviews are off the charts favorable, even by those who may not have completely agreed with your philosophical.
So the guy's a really good guy. He's a really good guy. Okay? He's a good, oh, so I'm sorry, I can't say good man, good person. He's a good human. Let's say he's a good life being. He's a good creature. Right now, we're just going to get to, the base, pure, this is just, he's a good creature, this entity. This entity is a good creature.
Approaches on some matters. You volunteer in your community. Mr. Chairman, that's order. Okay, you volunteer in the community. You coach.
So he's getting upset with the hecklers.
Youth basketball.
You coach youth basketball? You coach youth basketball? That's the best. You saved people from a burning fire. You donated plasma. You're an amazing human.
You're the sort of person many of us would like to have as a friend and a colleague.
You're the sort of... I love it. You're the sort of person who we'd like to have as a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
You also apparently like to eat pasta with ketchup, but nobody's perfect. Now, this being politics and this being a...
You like to eat pasta with ketchup? That is awesome, too. You like to eat... this is great. Orrin Hatch is clowning the Democrats with just being himself.
This being a Supreme Court confirmation hearing, my Democratic colleagues actually...
You have the barking seals in the back.
I've got to admit, this is... My Democratic colleagues can admit that you're actually a good judge and a good person as well. They have to turn...
They're now taking like poops, just public poops in the cheering section. Like, we're taking a dump. Do you not see us? Can you not see what's taking place? Look at us. Look at us. We're pooping now. Look, we're pooping right now. You Orrin Hatch. We're pooping right this second. You can't even see what we're doing. If you confirm him, we're gonna make it really better smelling up the place right now. We're farting and pooping.
Turn the volume up to 11 and try to paint you as one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Anyone who actually knows.
Like, you gotta love these salt of the earth people who are just like, and then we're gonna paint they're trying to paint you as the four horsemen of the apocalypse. The satire is so great because they're trying to be serious. So it's so crazy. And then they're trying to say that you're Stalin, even though you like to eat ketchup with your pasta and spaghetti. Well, obviously Stalin never liked that. Stalin would never eat ketchup and spaghetti. You don't even know about history. That's the problem. That's the problem. These people don't know anything about history. Yeah. My live chat is getting awesome.
Who knows that's ridiculous. And the American people will see soon enough that you are a smart, decent, normal person that just so happens to have been nominated to the...
You need that white noise that Hillary used. One thing I gotta give it up for Hillary Clinton, like the personification of evil. She had that white noise machine. where like protesters and like the journalists, they would like drown out everybody except like the investment bankers that she would get money from for the quid pro quo transactions. It's like this white noise machine. So awesome. They need that for the hecklers.
Highest court in our land. So here are the facts. Judge Kavanaugh is one of the most distinguished judges. Mr. Chairman, I think we ought to have this loudmouth removed.
Yeah. A little Gomer in that hatch. Mr. Chair, I think we ought to have this loudmouth removed. Loudmouth Democrats. See, the next generation of Americans won't know what the word loudmouth is. That's a good thing. You know, I grew up, teachers, my parents, don't be a loudmouth. Okay. Now, if you say that loudmouth, that's part of an oppressive, his systemic sympathizer, enabler, supremacist matrix. You need to jump off a cliff right now. You said loudmouth. It's a horrible thing what you did.
I mean, we shouldn't have to put up with this kind of stuff. I hope she's not a law student.
Yeah. Did you hear that? I hope she's not a law student. I can't wait for Slate to write an article about that. Vox, Slate, I'm with her. That's a diss. That's sexist and misogynist. You need to write about that. That's a diss. Mark Skog, thank you so very much, Mark. Brett M. Kavanaugh, the world's most dangerous man we never heard of until Chuck Schumer. Pretty much. Exactly, Mark. The most dangerous man. It's always the most dangerous person. We never heard. This is amazing. I hope she's not a law student.
I think we ought to have this loudmouth removed. I mean, we shouldn't have to put up with this kind of stuff.
Kavanaugh's probably, you got to see Kavanaugh's holding back laughter. It's so great. Oh my God, this is so fantastic. This is not even the meltdown on November 6, 2018 will be epic. Can you imagine? Could you imagine Maddow and everyone else? Oh my God. This is like the preview. Oh my God, it'll be glorious. Oh my God. You have the Troy Balderson meltdown in Ohio. Now you have this. Watch what he says. Sexist misogynist.
We shouldn't have to put up with this kind of stuff. I hope she's not a law student.
Oh, yeah! She's not a law student.
Now that we have quiet, I'd like to explain.
Now that these idiots will shut up. Now that these stupid moron Democrats, demo-rats, idiots, would finally shut their pie holes. and unfortunately, they're opening up their poop holes. Smells like crap in here. So it smells like San Fran in here. It's crazy. They pooped all over the place. Well, they've done it now. They don't have the votes, so they pooped the place. They just mass pooping. Okay, we're just gonna clean up the poop and vote for Kavanaugh. So you're not really, you're just really making fools of yourself. I don't see how this helps you in the midterms. Vote #poop Kavanaugh out. No, it's not gonna work that way. Mass pooping at the confirmation hearing. This is really disgusting. There's a lavatory just across the way. You didn't even have to do all of that. It's craziness. This is unbelievable. I've never seen this craziness in my life. Whatever. It's crazy.
That I advised 2 years ago that at my hearings, I expected the police to do their job, and I expected.
Now he's going to call the SWAT team. And like the police were there.
And apparently we need the SWAT team. And then we're going to have the Army Rangers and then the SEALs. So, I mean, whatever. Okay, you called it. So maybe, you know what? Since you think we're Russian, let's call the Spetsnaz also. Well, I mean, just letting you know, we're going to call them. So go ahead and do your thing. Okay, shoot your shot. Go ahead. Try me. You want to try me? I don't think you want to try me. I've had enough.
The committee to go on. But if you don't want to continue,
I'm going to continue.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, here are the facts. Judge Kavanaugh is one of the most distinguished judges in the entire country. He has served for over 12 years now in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. The D.C. Circuit is often referred to as the second highest court in the land because it has many critically important cases.
The best was when Grassley, this is a joyous occasion for all. This is very happy. Remember McCain's funeral when we were all united? Oh no, the pink hats are here. Oh, those are disgusting hats, really. I don't, I can have elephant hats in the same kind of vein and style. I don't think you would like that.
Agency action and the separation of powers. During his time on the bench, Judge Kavanaugh has heard over 1,000 cases. He's written more than 300 opinions. His opinions span nearly 5,000.
Orrin Hatch is trying. Orrin Hatch is like, oh my God, like. Orrin Hatch is speaking in the trained SEALs in the back are yelling, and oh my God, it's so hilarious. He's like, I hope that this is pages. I hope you're not a law student, Mrs. Okay, look, I'm Orrin Hatch, and why don't you shut your pie hole? Shut your pie hole and poop hole. It's smelling like crazy in here.
In length. What's remarkable about Judge Kavanaugh's judicial record is not just its length.
It's like, and another thing, he loves to eat pizza and with spaghetti and hot sauce and also ketchup. And oh no, I can't go ahead and say anything with these crazy people yelling. Call in the SWAT team. Call in the SWAT team. Jaws of life.
But its depth and its quality. Judge Kavanaugh has been a true thought leader. He's written powerful opinions on the separation of powers and administrative law. He's shown that he brings a fair-minded approach to questions of criminal law and employment law. On almost every issue of consequence, Judge Kavanaugh has made a significant contribution to our nation's jurisprudence. And it is frequently urging this court, unquote, is well within the judicial mainstream. Mr. Chairman, I don't know that the committee should have to put up with this type of insolence that's going on in this
insolence. I love it.
In this room today. And frankly, these people are so out of line, they shouldn't even be allowed in the doggone room.
Frankly, these people are so out of line, they shouldn't be allowed in the doggone room. Now you've gotten him really upset. He said doggone. And I want to let you know something. Colleen Peterson, thank you so very much. Colleen Peterson, thank you. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you so very, very much. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you very much again, Colleen Peterson. He said doggone, and again, these salt of the earth people, they're so establishment. Like, these are the same people who are like, let's just go ahead and we'll let the Mueller probe stay the course. Whenever it reaches a conclusion, maybe when the Messiah comes in 3028.
you know, about 1,000 years from now when the Mueller probe ends, just, stay the course. These are the same people who are like, okay with the Mueller probe going on forever, and even here they're like, we can't stand it anymore. This is horrible. Doggone it.
Who actually knows that to be true. Now, Mr. Chairman, I don't know that the committee should have to put up with this type of insolence that's going on in this room today. And frankly, these people are so out of line, they shouldn't even be allowed in the doggone room.
Well, who allowed them in the doggone room? Who allowed them in the doggone room? I mean, who allowed them in the doggone room? Okay. Why don't you put some NRA members there? Some normal people. Left to be like, NRA members are not normal people. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're better than,
Judge Kavanaugh, welcome.
Ted Cruz grills Democrats. Okay, so this is Fox Phoenix. Okay, so on hypocritical views. Yeah, let's
welcome to your family, of documents. That includes a hard-fought election all around. And it was the first presidential election and impose their policy preferences on the rest of us, and who will be faithful to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
Oh, by the way, Ted Cruz's opponent ran away from a DUI, apparently, according to New York Magazine. That's right, Beto. Beto the Drunko.
Justices who will uphold fundamental liberties like free speech, like religious liberty, like the Second Amendment. That's what this election was about. And if you look at
Second Amendment.
Let's take free speech. It's worth noting that in 2014, every Democrat...
Time for a prayer. David, you're 100% right. Let's pray. All 700 people, let's have prayer time. Lord, please keep the Democrats in their same political state. Don't let them change. They are too much fun and amusing to see them melt down like snowflakes. Let them yell and screech and cackle and scream like petrified crows. Let them try to continue to use every timeout before they lose 50-0 with 1 minute left. Lord, don't allow them to see the error of their ways. Let them continue their current course towards heck in a handbasket. Thank you, Lord. Nathan Krause. This is by far my favorite stream yet. You are cracking me up. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan Krause. Thank you. Well, I have a lot to work with. Nathan, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Nathan. Colleen Peterson, thank you again. Nathan, thank you. What can I tell you? It's just so great.
Democratic member of this committee voted. It's predictable that every
I'm not a big fan of Ben Sassy at all, but let's see what he does here.
That this institution punts most of its power to executive branch agencies is because it's a convenient way for legislators to have to be able to avoid taking responsibility for controversial and often unpopular decisions. If people want to get reelected over and over, planned with certain members of dispassionate, it is not to exercise empathy.
Fail. I don't even know what he said, but it was a fail. I give it a fail. Whatever. Oh boy, that John McCain unity pretty much left pretty quickly. That didn't last too long. Oh my God, dude, this is so hilarious. Democrats delayed the Kavanaugh hearing only to have it proceed as planned. This is the Washington Post is hilarious. Democrats push to have confirmation hearing delayed. Yeah, no. No. No, sorry. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Cornine slams Dems for interrupting. I want to hear this. This is going to be nice. I don't care. I don't care. This is going to be real nice. Let's see what happens here. This is fantastic. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I'll be very brief. I would just say that Senator Whitehouse has suggested that we handle this hearing like a court of law. But I would suggest that if this were a court of law, that virtually every side, every member of on the dais on that side would be held in contempt of court.
Yes.
Because this whole process is supposed to be a civil one where people get to ask questions and we get to get answers. And that's the basis upon which we are to exercise our constitutional responsibilities of advice and consent. So
Senator John Cornyn just dropped a Gomer. He just Gomerized all of them. He's like, if this was, hold on, let me see if I could try to.
Very brief. I would just say.
I was going to be very brief. I'm just going to say that if this was a court of law, you'd be held in contempt. Why? Because you're contemptuous. You're a bunch of contemptible, contemptuous, dumb, pathetic, embarrassing imbeciles and losers. Okay? On that side of the aisle, I'm not even going to call you Democrats. I don't even know what you are. Crazy.
So it's just hilarious. It's just so great. It's just so great. And at the end of the day, let's hear this again. This is great.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I'll be very brief. I would just say that Senator Whitehouse has suggested that we handle this hearing like a court of law. But I would suggest that if this were a court of law, that virtually every side, every member of on the dais on that side would be held in contempt of court. Oh, come on. Because this whole process is supposed to be a civil one where people get to ask questions and we get to get answers. And that's the basis upon which we are to exercise our constitutional responsibilities of advice and consent. So I would just suggest we get on with the hearing. Mr. Chairman.
Look, everyone knows that Democrats went off the deep end. They're completely off the deep end. They have confused outrage for political power. And that's it. They've confused outrage for political power. And that's it. It is what it is. I mean, they don't even know, like, they have no concept of winning or losing. They don't know what winning or losing is. You know, and it's just a sad, pathetic attempt. Like, they keep thinking, they're like, well, if we show that we're really upset, we will then, like, no one is convinced negative, hate-filled emotions do not equate to political power. Democrats don't realize this because they have no equivalent of the Second Amendment. Like, Republicans, independents like myself, or maybe now a little bit more conservative than center, than, you know, because I love the Second Amendment. I'm more of an advocate. I'm a Second Amendment advocate. And so conservatives have that. I'm not necessarily a conservative, but I'm more along the lines of to the right of center, they have values like, okay, the Second Amendment is part of the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, that's going to get conservatives to vote. Now you have the First Amendment, censorship. Dems control the House and Senate. Dems control the Supreme Court. It's 5-4 conservatives with Kavanaugh. Good. You don't want Dems to be like, well, you know what? We're going to strike this down. You know, free speech is only free if it doesn't offend anyone. That's their mentality. That's their mentality. You see it. Everything now is construed as hate speech or conservatives. Like, well, it's the algorithm. We can't help. It's an algorithm. Yeah, you plug in to the algorithm anything to do with a border wall, and then you go ahead and shadow ban somebody because you consider a border wall really bad. But why don't you just? I mean, offense was okay with Clinton. I mean, they're the biggest hypocrites. They don't really understand how to wield political power. See, President Obama came in with a type of Bernie-style inspiration. This kind of watered-down Democratic Party tool, like, God bless Bernie Sanders, he's a great human being. He's now a Democratic Party tool. He's like talking about election integrity. Not one vote was altered, but the media worked against him, and Democrats were forced to resign because they cheated Bernie. Nobody cheated Clinton. She outspent Trump 2-1. Not one vote was altered. And it's like, it's just, it is what it is. You're not going to go. Democrats now are, let's go ahead, scorched earth policy. Let's just yell and scream and pretend that this is passion, this is energy, this is enthusiasm. It's not. You're actually pushing people away even from your own side, because yelling and screaming and without any value system, is it immigration reform that's propelling them? Is it climate change that's propelling them? Is it, national security? No, it's just find some way to make everything morally relative to where Clinton is just as corrupt as Hillary. No, but he's not. I mean, Trump is but he's not. He didn't commit any crimes. Everything's fabricated. She did commit crimes, and Comey covered them up. Oh, the Russians cheated her. They didn't, but they did cheat Bernie. So, I mean, everything they say, they accuse others of. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back. Hit subscribe right now to the 715 people watching. I will be back. Hit subscribe. Make sure you get notifications for this channel. We get 700, over 700 people even without notifications. Let's get 1,000 people next time around. Subscribe to this channel. We're on our way to 120,000 subscribers. Make sure that, everyone friends, family, would like to go ahead and, be on these live streams. The live streams are great and fun. I love everyone here. To the Bernie supporters still watching me, God bless you. I love you. To the conservatives, obviously, I love you. Trump voters, obviously, I love you. So thank you, everyone. God bless. Thank you to my super chat. Thank you to my moderators. And let's just continue watching Dems Meltdown. It's the best show on earth. Thank you so very much. Hit subscribe. I will be back in a couple of hours. Let's get that live stream to 1,000 people. Thank you.